Hey, this is John. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Mechanical Mastery. In the last episode, I set up this purification chamber to create basilic reagents to get us closer on our quest to doing this 25x or whatever it is. So that worked pretty well, but when I upgraded him, I noticed the sulfuric acid came in really slow. So I tried to figure out why that would be. So looking at it for a while, what I saw was that this guy had water vapor in him. And I'm like, why does he have water vapor? That makes no sense. Um, I tried using pipes. I tried other things. I couldn't figure out why he had water vapor in him. And then I found the answer. When you place one of these tanks by default, their side config is auto eject. I don't know which one of these guys ended up getting water vapor in him. I thought the access system was not working, but no, it is working. It's just these tanks, when empty, were pushing into each other, and a bunch of the tanks were messed up. So I had to go fix some of them, like this one. You know, it's none right now, but he was full of hydrogen because the hydrogen tank pushed all his gas into there. He wasn't actually running for a lot of the time. Same thing with, I think it's this guy. Water vapor was pushing into the empty tank here, and that just went into my quantum entangleporter. So he could get extra gas because there are 4 slots for gas in there. I think there's 4 slots. Maybe there's only 2 slots gas, 2 slots fluid. I don't know. But he has 4 things here on the one net, so I hope that means he's got 4 slots. So he was getting a tiny bit of sulfuric acid whenever this guy made more, but that was it. So because the tank wasn't actually pushing into him like I thought he was, so he was kind of backing up a little bit for what he was doing. So I ended up fixing all these tanks. Rather than use the wrench, I went to side config, turn eject off on all of them, and made sure it's only input output on the bottom. And then I went to work on the quantum entangleporter to see if he is now faster. And the answer is, yeah, he's crazy fast. He's just great. So as long as you pump enough acid into him, he can transfer acid at just a fine rate. So no problems there. The problem was the tank. There was no reason to have the tank here. This guy has a ridiculous buffer. It's 8,192 buckets, the same as an ultimate chemical tank. I kind of hate that because that's way too much, but I can't find a way to limit it. And I don't have any good way to turn it on and off either, because I could turn a tank on and off, but as soon as I turn it on, he'll just dump his entire buffer into this guy, and that'll just be the end of it. So it won't actually stop. I mean, it'd be enough to keep this guy going. He doesn't need that much. He needs about 12 buckets for a stack of these basilic reagents. I don't know how much we're going to need from that, but I doubt we'll need it at that kind of a rate. So I tried putting these guys back to 8 speed and energy upgrades, and that just did not work. So that killed the power again. I thought this guy held like 108 million joules, but it says 256. I don't know if the pack updated or what, but it feels like the configs are slightly different here. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I'm looking at other people who've done stuff in the past that on YouTube who had a different config. I don't know, but just I did not think this was 256. So I put them at 6 speed energy upgrades, and that seems to stabilize our power at going slightly up most of the time. So we can run this all the time at 6 speed and energy upgrades for all of these machines here. I stuck 8 in this guy. He doesn't run that often, or at least he hasn't so far. We are now down to 165 pellets. I'm kind of wondering why that is. I feel like there's a problem with this somehow. So is it you? You are an eject on. Okay. You should be input and output, and you are not getting fissile fuel. you are redstone detect normal, so you should be on, you should be running, and yet you're not. So are you properly configured here for gases? You are not. You should be an input from the left. Okay, so yeah, few quick things to fix, and yeah, there we go. All right, so we are now actually running out of those fissile fuel pellets. I gotta fix that too. There we go. This guy should keep up more than these guys are using, so I'm not worried about that. Yeah, this guy, never has enough stuff in here to be good there. Um, he won't run unless we don't have enough of these smashed, I think. Something like that. So, yeah, we're gonna get more essence in now. We're just waiting on the inner essences to climb above 64 before he mixes more. And when we do, that's what he'll do. So, yeah. Anyway, I think everything is running properly now. I don't know. We'll see if I made any more mistakes, but this all looks good for the moment. We have more machines running now, so are we okay on power? The answer is no, we are not. Okay. Alright, so I was only stable because fissile fuel guy was not running. That does make sense. Let's try to cut 2 speed and energy upgrades. And let's go to these guys and these guys. And, I'm thinking, shouldn't we do all the energy upgrades and just not all the speed upgrades? Maybe that's what I should be doing. Let's see here. You look like you are somewhat stable. Let's get all of the energy upgrades. And let's just do all of those, because what do these do? It just increases your efficiency. So it should be okay to max these guys out on those. What are you? You are 6 speed and 8 energy. You know what? You could be maxed out on speed as well. We don't run you that often, and I'd like you to be as good as you can be. So, okay. I gotta fix my wireless transmitter. Okay, yeah, we are basically twice as many speed as we are on energy, and that makes sense to me. So, this guy will run like he needs to run. Everything else will do just 6 speed upgrades, and we'll see if we're okay with that. So, how are we doing power-wise? I mean, he looks kind of stable. Obviously, this is a very small sample, but he looks pretty stable to me. So, what can we do to increase his stability? Oh, by the way, I don't know how many nights it's been, but I haven't slept in a while, and I'm not seeing phantoms. I think this sleep charm works. I'll continue to not sleep to make sure, but I kind of think he works, though. He's awesome. Okay, so we were making hydrogen on the idea that we'd make a gas-burning generator. And why don't we just make another one of these quantum entangleporters for hydrogen and do that real quick. So let's get 2 of these quantum entangleporters. Yeah, I want 2 of you. There we go. And I'm going to move this tank. It seems like this guy can be used as a pipe buffer, just like this guy can, because as you can see, we still have 10,000 sulfuric acid in here. And the only place we're getting sulfuric acid from is this guy. It goes right out from this guy into our quote-unquote tank, which dumps it into here. Um, he's actually low on hydrofluoric acid, but I'm thinking the only reason for that is that he won't get more until he makes another one of these guys. Sorry, I wanted this to be ignored. Oh, sorry. That's dumb. He. This is his output tank. Sorry. Hydrofluoric acid, yeah. If we do that, well, his tank's full too. Okay, I can't test this, but I'm pretty sure it's working. So everything I think is working fine and dandy for that. So let's make you a hydrogen dude. So let's call you hydrogen gas. Okay, we will set you, and you can see he is inserting hydrogen because we get that from one of these guys, this guy, electrolytic separator. So he's doing pretty good on hydrogen, and because of our mistake with the chemical tanks, we actually have a few tanks that are full of hydrogen. We can simply dump out into this guy and speed up the process of getting to our 8,000 buckets. So I want to do that real quick. So let's do this. Yeah, I'm just going to dump all of this into there. So I'll have a much bigger buffer of hydrogen. So I'll be right back when I've dumped the rest of my tanks. There we go, all done. I've got this one tank of water vapor from this guy, but the water vapor, he just goes so fast. I don't need him to do anything. So, and I'm not worried about the power for the water vapor guy. We could turn him on and tell him not to run. Actually, he shouldn't be running right now, actually. I'm not clear why he's getting a signal to run. Oh, yes I am. Huh. If we inverted it, he would start dumping his water vapor. And then I could empty this tank into this guy. Which, is that important? Not really. It just bugs me when I have tanks that shouldn't have done what they did. So we will clear the config, put him on output, and eventually he should dump everything from here and there. This guy may need to be an input from the top though. Yeah, so there we go. Now you can see he will dump his water vapor. Okay, yeah, isn't cleanup fun? Okay, so after 4 tanks of hydrogen, we still have, oh my god, I think like 1/16 of his capacity. So, you know, we're going to be making hydrogen and oxygen for a while. Is that a bad thing? I do not know. He doesn't seem to use that much energy to produce the hydrogen. It's just water, so resources aren't really a problem. So I don't think it's an issue to make a bunch of hydrogen, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So we'll have to take a look at that in a little bit. So I think there's a thing from mechanism. I don't know why I'm going back over here, but I am. So we're just going to go back over there. You know, I think these don't stack because of their configuration. We could fix those, but not important. Let's just clean up my inventory a little bit, and let's go back to that. Okay. So yeah, we'll do all those things. All right. So there's a gas generator, I think. Gas burning generator. Yeah, this guy should burn hydrogen to create power. So I want to create one and just see what it does, because I don't know. I've never used one of these. So we're going to build one and see what happens to our power. Gold dust, iron dust. That looks good. We need some steel cores. And there we go. A gas burning generator. Huh. We just completed base mechanism. Again, somehow. That was optional. I guess we're going to do everything complete again when we do optional stuff, but whatever. Okay, so if I put you down, you support muffling upgrade. That's all you support. Okay, that's fine. I just put you up, didn't I? Let's get you back. Let's see if we can get the quantum entangle porter. And what if we put this gas burning generator like right here, and then we burned gas somehow. Okay, so my first thought is to get the quantum entangle porter, put him down there, put the side config. Let's clear off all the configs. Let's put him as an output to the top. We will auto eject, and we'll set you to the hydrogen gas channel. Okay. You now have hydrogen gas. You have energy from, I guess, my passive thing. And this guy, I would like you. I don't know what side's the front. They all look the same. Let's see here. Is there anything that distinguishes you at all? There just really isn't. Okay. Well, let's put him as an input. Does that help? Does that help? Is this guy burning anything at all? I have no idea. Let's see here. Do you have side configs? You don't. Redstone's ignored. You have gas. It's really kind of hard to tell. Alright. Do I have that thing from Powa? This guy? Let's see here. You have 3.2 kiloflux, so you have no power in you. Okay. I don't know what these sides are. You're not producing anything. Okay, so that tells me that. What do these sides mean? Let's get a pipe. God, what do they call these things? They have so many names. Pipe, tubes. What's the other word for it? Mechanism, cables. Too many bloody names. Just call them all cables. Well, that looks okay. The rest of it does not. But then I have this guy. Aha. Okay, so can you be configured? Doesn't seem like it. Seems like you are sighted just like these are sighted. So, okay, well, we are producing 51,000 joules per tick. Your max output is twice that. If your max output is twice that, why are we only burning half of this? Alright, I think I'm going to need to look into this a little bit more, but this is at least something. So my thought process is we could probably dump this guy like right here on the other side and just keep the cables there, and we could do another row, and then use the entangle porter to do like 9 of them or 16 or whatever. I don't know how much gas we're going to use out of this, but looks like we could definitely do something like that. Okay. This guy is now saturated. Okay, this guy's saturated. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, we've got a bit more power now with our hydrogen. So we might use that for something later on. We're building hydrogen gas, so that all looks okay. All right. He is good as well. So we're probably running out of water vapor now, so I need to turn this guy back on. Okay, there we go. So water vapor should be fine now. And I have another tank to get rid of. Okay, let's see if we can get one of those infinity boosters. What are you? Infinity range booster. Ah, you require another star. Okay, that's not happening yet, but we will make that happen soon, and I'll put that in the place. Okay, yeah, we've got some more power. Let's get back into this enriched basilic reagent, because that's what I was going to do in the last episode toward the end. Ah, look at the time. All right, next time, I promise. Maybe. We'll see. I'll think about it. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Come back and see us again when we will do further automation tasks. Like, subscribe, comment. You know the drill.